How's it going, folks? Welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online. The Siege. Not the Siege. Seasons of the Worm Cult. Oh, got the umbrella going on. I don't think I'm actually doing any damage to this guy. Gotta hit the other ones, I guess. Wonder how far that umbrella pattern stretches out. Now, do they all need to go down at the same time? Or do they grow more powerful as one drops? Oh, there goes the umbrella. Ember still going strong. We're the best. We did it. It's done. Full belly axe. The Defender of Western Solstice unlocked. Oh, did we do all the... Oh, we did. I think. Hang on. I didn't think we had finished off all the bosses. But maybe we have. Solstice. Seasons of the Worm Cult, where are ya? I'll go right past ya. So, hero complete. Quest, defeat bosses. That's, not it. Defender of Western Solstice. More info. Defeat the 3 group bosses in Western Solstice. Okay. Well, I defeated... So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. I guess we did it. Alright. Cool. Alright, so let's move on. We need to get to the ruins over here.
Oh, good. I didn't want to walk.
Wish has been granted. Something slithering there.
It'll be fun.
There's a point of interest over here.
I'm getting to see all sorts of places traveling with you.
The Zetak ruins. What's so special about this? Thought there might be like a book around here or something. Or a sky shard. There is a quest nearby. Possibly 2 quests. No, just 1 quest. The Broken Light Temple. Let's go, buddy.
Nothing here. I need to get inside. Traveler, please join my sacred mission. Just as my strength wavers, the Light Queen sends you to me, a clear sign that I must persist. I lead an order of devotees to Meridia. Have you seen the ruins of Broken Light Temple on the hill? Our mission is its glorious restoration.
Interesting armor. How do you plan to restore it?
By surviving the dangers within. You see, the temple collapsed centuries ago. Time hid the reasons. Now, a monstrous sentinel guards it, killing intruders. But locked inside is a font of Meridia's power. That's how I'll restore its former glory.
How will this power help you?
I believe this power can cleanse any dark threats from the temple and restore Meridia's blessing. Then we can rebuild. Until that time, Broken Light Temple remains dangerous. Would you aid me in this sacred task? I can hire you as my defender.
Of course.
We must create a way across the bridge to the entrance. That's why I brought a translocation rod. It can repair the gap, but it needs power from a lucent shard. Look in rubble piles around here. I believe Meridia shall provide.
Can you tell me more about your religious order?
The Candescent Order. We're quite small, but strict devotees of Meridia. Most from my house worship all of the 3 queens, but not us. Only the Lady of Light deserves our worship.
The 3 queens?
The most revered Daedric princes, Azura, Nocturnal, and Meridia. We Corellania elves gave up our necromantic ways long ago. My ancestors decided to venerate these princes instead. I, of course, worship Meridia over the others.
And you're the high priest of this order?
Only because I also founded our group. Worship of Azura and Nocturnal felt so hollow to me, but when I communed with Meridia, her light enveloped me. Speaking about Meridia's supremacy just made sense.
And what makes this temple important?
All that's known of the temple's history comes from vague stories on faded parchment. They say Meridia herself instructed Corellania believers to build the temple here. It collapsed mysteriously centuries ago. I'd love to learn why myself.
What's the nature of this font of power?
The stories we have describe the font in quite poetic terms. Images of water bubbling from a spring are common, as are descriptions of people bathing in its cleansing light. They claimed it can flow for eternity, which I hope is true.
Alright, well, let's search the rubble. Searching the rubble for a lucent shard. Dirty temple stone, useless, remains of the crumbled broken light temple. It's worn by weather and time. A lucent shard, found in the rubble of the broken light temple. That is what she wanted. That's what we'll bring her. Oh wait, she went this way.
No luck for me. How's your search? Ah, did you find one? A loosened shard from Broken Light Temple will power the translocation rod while in this area. It should look like a glowing crystal.
There's a loosened shard I found in the rubble.
A bit of tinkering. Here we are. It already feels much more powerful. I think we can clear a path now. Since Meridia chose you to help, you should wield the rod. I'll explain how it works. Come with me. Come, up the stairs. Use the rod to capture this rubble here. Just point and it will understand your intent. Success! Now point the rod here to release the stones.
Yeah.
Bless the light! You've got it! Now we can cross.
I didn't capture that many stones.
Let's get inside.
Or maybe it was like I just scanned it, understood it, and just magicked it there. Inside the ruined Broken Light Temple rests a font of the Daedric Prince Meridia's power. High Priest Eraamine seeks to access this power so her order can restore the temple to its former glory. To do that, she needs to overcome the dangers inside. I filled a gap in the path to the temple entrance with stone from the rod. High Priest Eraamine ran ahead and entered Broken Light Temple. I should follow. In its day, this was a grand and glorious testament to the majesty of Meridia, the Prince of Light. And mark my words, one day it shall be. Just mark my words, it shall be.
I'm in here, traveler. You must see this. Incredible. The Great Hall of Broken Light Temple.
Why do I...
Glyph on these massive doors. I recognize it.
Why do I feel like I've seen something similar in a raid?
We did it! But I'm devoted to Meridia. That should have worked. Look for anything that explains these doors. I saw this glyph in the temple histories. It locks the doors to the font of Meridia's power. My faith is apparently not strong enough to open the way. Look around. Maybe something here explains what we need to open these doors.
Why is this skeleton guy here? What purpose does that serve? Why is it necessary?
Meridian priests contemplate those for hours. Shame about its condition.
Rusted Meridian blade?
Followers of Meridia cleanse her enemies by force sometimes.
One final act. Our faith led us awry. Meridia has withdrawn her blessings from our people. Carisea's ascension to blessed Sentinel drove High Priest Tomarian mad. This fight between two jealous lovers only ends in catastrophe for our priesthood and the temple itself. We expect the Radiant One to cleanse the failings of our order by making us all purified. So shall be her will. We priests still trapped inside plan a final act of devotion by securing the powerful Sinashur at the heart of this temple. No one other than Meridia's most faithful shall access her strength. We establish ritual locks deep inside the Eastern Dawn Wing and Western Purity Wing. Only a true believer in Meridia may perform the ritual of light and undo the locks. Our Lady of Light will judge worthiness for herself. Once the rituals are performed, then these doors shall open. May this protect the power from corruption. May it never fall into the wrong hands.
Does that... Answers. Show me, please. The cynosure. That's how the old parchments describe the font of power. It's a focus of Meridia's attention. If jealousy led to the collapse, then purification of the Order is just. The purified are walking embodiments of Meridia's will.
The letter says to perform rituals to unlock the Sinishore doors.
Yes, a ritual of light in the two wings of the temple. The Dawn Wing to the east, and Purity Wing to the west. It doesn't describe what the ritual involves. I have faith in my devotion to Meridia. We'll figure it out.
Do you know anything about each wing?
I could see from the outside that the Western Purity Wing collapsed long ago. It looked overgrown with plants. The Eastern Dawn Wing appeared intact, though. Maybe we'll see more of the old architecture there. So, what do you think? Purity or Dawn?
Let's start with the Dawn Wing.
Dusty and old architecture it is. I am genuinely excited to see what it looks like in there. This building is my inheritance in a way. Head over and I'll meet you inside the Eastern Wing. Compared to the west side, the Dawn Wing looked completely intact from the outside. That doesn't mean it's in perfect shape, though. I do hope we get to see some of the old architecture. I'll head inside the Eastern Wing when you're ready.
What do you think about the catastrophe that the letter described?
Tomarion and Carisea. The letter is vague, but it sounds like these two were the cause. The truth of what made the temple collapse never escaped these walls. We only ever had stories. I would love to be the first to learn the truth.
The letter mentions a Sentinel. Didn't you say something about that?
Carisea's ascension to Blessed Sentinel. It could be the monstrous Sentinel I read about. It sounds like a title bestowed on her. But what kind? Questions abound, friend. Quite exciting, don't you think? Let's pray we learn the answers safely.
Into the Dawn Wing?
We don't know much about this wing. Look for any information about what we can expect.
Got a shining gem, gleaming amulet of faith, rusted lockbox.
A priest's lockbox of personal belongings. I can learn about worship practices from long ago. That amulet calls to me. What is it?
Ooh, she got the glowy eyes.
Mortals who walk these hallowed halls, please hear me out.
You are the Sentinel?
Connection. My mind has linked to the body of this priest. It feels miraculous. I am Carisea, former priest of Meridia, now the blessed sentinel of this temple. You and this mortal I speak through. Explain yourselves. Why are you here?
High Priest Eraamine wants to access the Sinishore and restore the temple. What have you done to her?
High Priest. Her strong faith must fuel the connection through my old amulet. Through her, I can speak in a way I cannot in my own body. And you want the Sinishore. My fortune continues. That power is the only way to free me.
What do you want to be freed from?
I am the sentinel for this temple. I once saw the role as a blessing. In truth, it binds mortals in eternal service to Meridia. Only destroying the Sinishore can set me free. Go east along the path. I will return soon.
I'll see you there.
Our interests align, mortal. I will return in the Northern Hall.
She has been released.
I heard what she said. Go ahead, while I take a moment to recover. Such a feeling of intrusion. I could hear the words, feel my mouth move, but was powerless to resist. I feel unwell. Just go ahead. I noticed crumbled walkways. Use the rod again to make a path to the ritual site. I'll be along shortly.
Carisea said she wants to destroy the Cynosure.
I heard. Her words sounded desperate. If the Cynosure binds people into service to Meridia, how could that be bad? I would feel honored. I want to hear more of her tale, but I'd prefer a different method for receiving it.
Gotta gather up them rockos. There's a salamander down there. There was a salamander down here. Got me a large pile. Report on Carisea. Under the guise of temple security, priest Ming Yiwei requested that I quietly learn more about our newest member, Carisea. This comes after the revelation of a romantic relationship between her and head priest Tomarian. Access to such a privileged position could threaten our worship in a variety of ways. I performed several tasks of questionable ethics, including searching a room and trailing her when she left the temple. I'm not proud, but the task is too important to fail. I can mostly confirm that she is who she appears to be. It seems as though her devotion to Meridia is true. However, I did catch her meeting strangers deep in the forest several times late at night. I couldn't hear their conversation without exposing myself, but they exchanged items at each meeting. Additionally, I found unusual pendants under her bed. They were not plain, unadorned jewelry, and the iconography was definitely not that of Meridia. I advise that we continue to observe her behavior. Do not act overtly suspicious, but take note of any irregularities. Mud crab.
Look at this chamber. I can imagine what past acolytes felt here.
Purified warrior. Auroran Sun Mage. Time for another walkway.
Don't under it.
Can I use this rubble? Or I could just break them.
Oh, I was just getting started.
Oh, Ember. Oh, I didn't actually realize that's all the rocks I'm about to use are like floating around me. I think. Let's see. Yeah, yes. Out of my way. You won't have time to do that, Ember. Then all the rocks will go. Yep. I want to see if I can beat that.
Good job clearing the way. I think we're close.
Let's see what happens if I get towards the end of it, if I do drop by. Or drop through, rather. Meridia.
The wonders of this wing are amazing. Keep searching for the ritual site. I'll catch up.
I think it's in Skyrim, isn't it, that you see this statue? And it's like a lot bigger than this. It's huge. Search for the ritual site. Where are you?
We did it!
Yeehaw! Alright, I guess we gotta jump down.
Stop them just in time.
There's the rubble. Run, Ember! Alright, I'm gonna beat it this time. Go, 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 go! Oh!
Wait, friend. I feel Carisea taking control again.
Halt! We must speak before you proceed. You approach the ritual site. Here, you will unlock one of the Sinoshore's doors. I must warn you, I am inside, as the blessed Sentinel. I serve Meridia's will. When you enter, I will attack. I cannot control my actions.
Well, we need to access the Sinashore. If you're in the way, I must defeat you.
You misunderstand. I pray for my defeat. You must perform the unlocking ritual. But if the Sinoshore remains, the Sentinel's energy lingers and eventually reforms. So you must destroy it. You cannot allow other monstrous beings to gain its power.
What kind of monstrous beings?
Tomarion, a former high priest. He sought to build an army with the Cynosaur, one under his complete control. In a selfish rage, he destroyed the temple when Meridia chose me as Sentinel. This is why you must destroy the Cynosaur.
This sounds similar to how you control Eraamine. I understand your desperation, but it hurts her.
What I do here is necessary. I regret her suffering, but there is no other way. The urgency of my warning about the Cynosaur was more important than a single priest's discomfort. Enter the ritual site. See the cost of Eraamine's desire. Prepare yourself for battle!
That's it! Enough! Just make it stop!
Don't you go in there. Don't you dare go in there.
She's in there? Defending the ritual site, I guess. We should get ready. I sympathize with her. She made me very familiar with how it feels to lose control of your own body. Can't believe she'd inflict it on someone else. A lot to think about.
Are you ready to fight, Sentinel? Carisea?
When my mission to Broken Light Temple began, I didn't expect to battle against my lady's blessed servants. I quietly believed Meridia would guide me safely to the Cynosaur. Suppose I was wrong about many things.
What else were you wrong about?
I always thought that giving over one's will to Meridia would feel joyous. I imagined the Purified felt perfect at all times. Now, with Carisea's possessions, I question that. I still believe in our task, though. Let's get in there.
Carisea?
By the light! Sentinel Carisea, I'll shield you from her wrath.
And I will take on her wrath.
Fight! If you want to perform the ritual. I can feel her will. This shell will fall.
Get in my shield,
You must
quickly!
hurry before I reform.
She's gone. Only dispelled. I can still feel Carisea in the temple. Time for the ritual. Let's quickly discuss it. I'm glad we prevailed over Sentinel Carisea. She possessed immense power and had such little control over it. Seeing her makes me question the purpose of the Cynosaur. I have a lot to think about. In the meantime, let's complete this ritual.
How do I start the ritual?
Stop by supplicating on the tile I direct you to. Then I will begin the chant and tell you where to go. When I mention a cardinal direction, you'll need to walk to the appropriate tile. That's it.
Do I have to be a follower of Meridia for this to work?
Not at all. You don't need to be a believer, though I do encourage it. I can be the conduit through which her blessed energies will flow. Just follow the chant and it will work. But if you do wish to devote yourself, we can discuss that later.
Then what happens?
This looks like an allegory for a constellation of stars. I've read works about Meridia's connection to stars, but I consider it heresy. I can remember enough to recreate the constellation, though. Don't worry, I'll tell you which way to go. Excellent. Now follow along. The constellation of Our Lady rises in the west. We draw a line to the eastern star. Then to the north. The link is made to the south. That did it. One successfully completed ritual.
We step into the light.
Now we can explore the Purity Wing to the west. The ritual worked! Half of the ward is down.
Then to the other side.
I noticed that the western Purity Wing was collapsed when I approached the temple. It looked as though plant life had overgrown the place. We should probably stay wary of any creatures making a home there. Let's head inside.